Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Sandra, good evening. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Good evening to everybody that is entering my live chat. Hey, sis, let me drop the link for you, darling. Hey, silly rabbit, happy Valentine's Day, darling, and happy birthday to you. You have the best birthday, love day, nothing but love for you, baby. Hi, Becky, good evening, darling, happy love day. Just gonna allow a few more people because I'm knowing that a lot more people are gonna come. Happy love day, Lakita, happy love day, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my evening chat. I haven't been over here in a while. Sister, hello.
Hey,
Becky, happy Valentine's Day to you, darling. YOLO, happy Valentine's Day, beautiful one. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me tonight on this Valentine's Day. Lakita, happy Valentine's Day. I appreciate y'all for peeking in and sitting in on this live. I'm sure you've seen the title. I'm gonna just allow a few more people to come on through. Because I do know people are gonna stop and sit and listen, and I do know people are gonna watch from the bleachers, which is all fine and dandy to me. The title of this live, this is my story, and I'll tell it. Mhm. Mhm. Evening, Georgie. Happy Valentine's Day, darling. Mhm. The screen is different with the comments. Let me see if I can take. Good Lord. Yeah, cause see, I'm on my phone. I didn't do it on my laptop. That's too much. A lot going on. Hello, good evening. The room is filling up. Thank you, everyone. Good evening and happy Valentine's Day to you all. Thanks for joining me. Virginia, happy Valentine's Day, darling. Is the screen too much for you, Beck? I'm trying to figure it out, sweetie. Something's wrong with the screen because I'm on my phone. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Video presentation. No. Is that better? Can I get a thumbs up or a heart? Let me know if that's a little better. Okay. Okay. 7:15. I will get this live started. Like I said, this is my story, and I'll tell it. Thank you, Blicky, darling, and good evening and happy Love Day to you. Get myself together. Yes, I do have my veggies with me, and I did get my red wine. Thank you, darling. Thank you. If you don't mind hitting that like button for your girl and sharing your girl out, I greatly appreciate you all. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, more important people in this world, and happy Love Day to you. Thank you for joining me. Well, let me get this started. Let me get this story started. Can everybody hear me and hear me clearly? Please give me a thumbs up, a yellow heart if you can hear me and hear me clearly. Please and thank you. I am wonderful. I am blessed and highly favored, Diane, and happy Love Day to you, sweetheart. And thank you so much for asking and joining me tonight. Okay, so here I go. My story starts September 25th, 1998, the day my world turned topsy turvy at the age of 18. When I woke up early in the morning not hearing my morning alarm. My morning alarm every morning was my mother's voice waking my brother up for school. My lady is what I called my mommy. My lady would wake my brother up with the most sweetest, softest voice because my brother was one that would sleep hard. I mean, hard. She would wake him up with, Jay, it's time to get up for school. Jay, it's time to wake up. And when he wouldn't get himself up, the next thing you would hear, Jay, get your ass up. It's time to get ready for school. You know you got to get ready. And I would bust out laughing. You understand me? That giggle that y'all have heard, I would bust out laughing. That morning, September 25th, 1998, that alarm did not wake me up. When I opened my door, my lady was in that hallway in the middle of my bedroom and my brother's bedroom. And she was gone. She was gone, y'all. And the only thing I could do was scream. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say to my 12-year-old brother. My lady was gone. My world ended that day, that morning. I had to grow up that day, that morning. Months and weeks before that, my mother knew that I was pregnant. She knew by the way I was acting, the way I was carrying myself. She knew I was pregnant. My nipples were as black as this screen, as black as this screen. And she sat me down and she asked me, she said, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "No, mm-mm, nope." She asked me, "Are your nipples black?" Nuh-uh, nope. And those things were black as ever. She knew I was pregnant, but she wasn't there for that pregnancy. She wasn't there for that pregnancy. And I had to go through that pregnancy, not a full 9 months, seven, 7 months. I had to go through that pregnancy by myself. No mother, no little brother, no alarm clock. In the same apartment where she left me, that's where I had to stay. My brother left, went and lived with my grandmother. I stayed in that apartment. I had to figure it out. I had to spring into action because I was about to have a child. You understand me? I had older siblings that were out there in the world doing their own thing that thought, let me come and stay with my little sister. Let me, you know, act as if, I'll help her out and I'll take care of her in her time of need because mommy's not here. They didn't come with the intentions of taking care of me. My older sister came with more unnecessary drama, more unnecessary chaos in my life after me just losing everything. You understand me? I didn't have my child at 9 months. I didn't have a father for my child. I didn't have a mother when I needed her, when my child was crying. Okay? It was just me. I had my child at 7 months. I had preeclampsia while carrying my child. Okay? I had my child at 7 months. Premature. When she was born, she was 4 pounds, 5 ounces. Okay? She wasn't able to leave the hospital when she was born. She stayed in the incubator, in the NICU, until it was time for her. to leave, to get into proper weight. They wanted to put a needle in my baby's head. Understand me? But I had to spring into action. I had to get a job. I had to work. I had to maintain that apartment. My mother took care of everything. I didn't know which way to go, who to speak to, go to the rent office, put my name on the lease. My mother took care of everything. You understand me? When I had my child, the doctor gave me paperwork and a birth certificate, no manual. There was no manual when I had her. So I took her home with me and still didn't know what to do. I suffered from postpartum depression. Suffered from postpartum depression. Like I said, I was a teenager, and so was her father. He didn't know which way to go, what to do. He came and went like he wanted to. I had to do it myself. I had to figure it out myself until the point where I couldn't do it anymore. And I let her go to my sister, my oldest sister, one of my oldest sister, not the system, not DHS, not CPS, my blood sister. At 6 months old, my blood sister came, told me, give me the child. I'm moving to Pennsylvania. I'll take her with me. You figure it out. When you're ready to come to Pennsylvania, when it gets too much for you, you come. So I thought, okay, I'm not sending her to the system. This is my family. It's my sister. She's going to take care of her. She's going to do right by her. She'll do better than what I can do right now. I haven't mourned my mother. I haven't mourned the loss of my little brother going off to my grandmother. My sister, she got it. Let me try to figure this thing out for a little bit. And once I couldn't do it anymore, I up and left and followed her to Pennsylvania. And once I did get here, things changed for me. In the span of a month and some change, my sister became one of my enemies, one of my worst critics, one that would sit somewhere and plot against me. Her and her best friend at the time. It was her best friend at the time. She took my little brother with her and she had my child too. They all moved down here to Pennsylvania. And when I couldn't take it no more, no longer there in New York, I followed her down here because my baby's here, she's here, my little brother's here, my family's here. I have nothing else here in New York. There's nothing else here for me. Baby daddy out and about doing whatever the hell. I'm not worried about him. My family here, my baby is here, Pennsylvania. This is where I'm going. As soon as I get here, everything changes. Span of a month. Her and her best friend in the room plotting and planning which way I need to go. First thing she says to me, you need to go out and get a job. I don't know my way around Pennsylvania. I don't know which way I need to go, where I need to find a job. So my little brother, which he has been in Pennsylvania longer than me, he took me out. Kmart, Rite Aid, supermarket. At that time, we had Hollywood Video, not Blockbuster, down in Pennsylvania, Hollywood Video. I went to Hollywood Video, put in the application. Next thing you know, I'm getting a call back from Hollywood Video. I got my first job down here in Pennsylvania. Started off as a cashier, worked my way up to a shift supervisor, making a little bit of change. That was good enough for my sister. The next thing you know, another change. You got to start paying us some rent. For a little space in a room with my brother, And still, I have no real contact with my child because, she's already taken over. She's already got her on a routine. She's already raising her. So I'm still being blocked. I'm being blocked from trying to be a parent to my child. Her and a best friend, when I'm not giving them enough money, decided to call around in Pennsylvania looking for shelters for me. Come home from work, we found a shelter for you to go to. You go out there, they'll give you some help. They'll find you some help. You stay there, you'll get housing. You know what I mean? They'll help you, get you on welfare, public assistance, all that other stuff. Okay, all right. Pack me up. I'm off in a shelter in Pennsylvania, another state. I don't know nobody. All by myself, all alone, working that job in a shelter. Still had access to go and see my child, but those visits was getting cut short. I call, I'm on my way, I'm coming to see the baby. We're busy, we're out right now. Things were changing. She was cutting me off little by little. In the shelter almost a year. I finally did get housing assistance. Move into the apartment. Here comes the baby daddy. I'm still young, y'all. I'm still young. I'm still trying to find love from a man. I can admit that. Sweet talk me. I'm ready to be a father. I'm ready to do something different. I'm tired of New York. I'm gonna come down there. So what I do? Yes, come on down. Yes, let's try this. My sister didn't like him. She didn't give him access to be a father. She didn't want him around. She didn't like him. Came, stayed with me, us young, dumb, and full of cum. Got pregnant again with my second child. Had her 9 months pregnant. Homeboy couldn't take it down here in slow Pennsylvania. Was nothing for him to do. He couldn't find no work. Gotta go. See you later. Bye. Let me head on back to New York. Head on back to my mama's couch. Can't do this here no more. All right. Bye. Go ahead. I'm not gonna fight you, beg you to stay. Had my second child, a whippersnapper. You understand me? A Leo. By the time I made it to the hospital, she was already crowning, ready to take on this world. Pushed her out, brought her home. Postpartum yet again. Okay? Got me a big old bottle of E&J. Took that motherfucker down straight, y'all. Took it down straight. Called my sister, full of tears. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to end this. Can't do this no more. Don't want to do this no more. I'm over it. My lady's gone. Everything is upside down, haywire, topsy turvy. Next thing you know, I'm in an ambulance on my way to the fifth floor. If you know what the fifth floor is, you know what the fifth floor is. I have a week's stay in the hospital. That's how my sister got my second child. No CPS, no DHS, no courtroom, no papers signed. My blood sister. My daughter was 2 months old. Yeah, yeah. Postpartum depression is real. Grieving is real. I still didn't grieve the loss of my mother. I still didn't grieve the loss of my family dynamic. But yeah, I was hot in the ass. Definitely was. But I didn't grieve. Lost that apartment after coming out the hospital. Lost my job at Hollywood Video. Had to start all over again. Yeah. Went and tried to stay with my sister. That didn't work the fuck out. She 3-story houses, nice apartment. Sister never worked a day in her life. She only got disability. Her friend, her best friend was the one that was working, and she was a CNA. Didn't always want to go to work, didn't always clock in, didn't always bring in a paycheck. My sister was getting money off the strength of my children. And when she got tired of being in Pennsylvania, and when she got tired of dealing with me, and when she reached out to get assistance for my kids, that's when she turned on me and started telling the white folk, excuse me, that I was a grown woman. I was a child trapped in a grown woman's body. I had disabilities. I didn't I didn't know how to think for myself. I played victim all the time. My sister tore me down to these people in Pennsylvania. Then she up and left yet again and moved down to Jacksonville, Florida. I'm here in the state by myself trying to survive, job to job, room to room, apartment to apartment. Couldn't take it no more. My family's gone. My 2 daughters are gone. Where am I going next? Jacksonville, Florida. That's where they are. That's where I need to be. That's where I went. I'm still young, dumb, and still full of cum. Still chasing love from everybody else instead of loving me. Still wanting to be a parent to my children while my sister, in every which way imaginable, was blocking me from trying to be a parent. Blocking me, manipulating me, talking down to me. But I'm still coming after you. So that's where I need to be. Follow her down to Jacksonville, Florida. What happened to me when I moved here to Pennsylvania, same thing happened to me when I moved to Jacksonville, Florida. And when I moved to Jacksonville, Florida, I moved there with nothing but the clothes on my back and one bag. You understand me? No woman products, no pads, no deodorant, no washcloths, not that much underwear, not much socks, not many clothes, just a little bit of shit. Gotta go find a job. No problem. I don't have a problem with working. Gotta give up some rent. My first check I got, the first job I got down there in Jacksonville, Florida was Sears. Back then, Sears wasn't paying you shit. First little check I got, I bust that check and went and got what I needed. I was called selfish. You didn't get nothing for this house. You didn't think that you should give us anything. You had everything in there, what you needed, but I had nothing. She berated me. She cursed me out. She treated me like shit. When I first got down there, I was sleeping in a bed. She knocked me down to a crib mattress. I stand 5'9", 200 and something pounds. My sister put me on a crib mattress in the room with my children. Next thing you know, where I'm going off to a shelter in Jacksonville, Florida, away from them, away from my children, away from my brother. Her and a friend, again, talking and plotting, moving me around. And my sister never was the one to come and tell me these things. She would send her friend out there to tell me these things. She never came and talked to me, never told me. Come to find out, she tells me later on in life, I used to send her friend out there because y'all the same age and she could break it down better to you than I can. You're my fucking sister. We came out the same coochie. I don't want to hear it from her. I want to hear it from you. Or if I go to a shelter in Jacksonville, Florida, by myself, away from the family, away from my children, far, far deep in Jacksonville, Florida. 3 buses I got to get to go where she was living at. She wasn't coming down there for me. Come see the kids. Go figure it out. Go find your way. Go find a job. They'll help you. I found a man. Yes, I did. I found a job at Joann's Fabrics and Craft and worked there for 10 years. Sure did. But I was in Jacksonville, Florida for 10 years. But I found a man. That's where I had my son. Yeah. My son is my youngest child. My oldest child is my daughter. Yeah. I had my son up to 9 months in my care. I had my son living in a shelter. I was in a single woman shelter first. My water broke in that single woman shelter. They moved me to a woman's shelter where you can have children in Jacksonville, Florida. Me and my son. And from that woman's shelter, woman and children's shelter, me and my son and his stupid father, biggest mistake of my life, fucking with that man. The only thing he ever gave me good was my baby boy. Me and my son moved into an apartment in Jacksonville, Florida. I moved that fool in that apartment because he had nowhere to go. He wasn't supposed to be in that apartment with me and my baby. But me being me and soft hearted, and you're my son's father thinking that you'll do right, maybe I'll keep a little bit of money in my pocket since you're not working. You stay home with the boy. Let me go to work. I don't have to pay a babysitter. You watch your son. But you keep a low profile, bro, because you ain't supposed to be here. Homeboy was an alcoholic, a bad alcoholic that suffered from seizures. That whole 9 months I was carrying my son, that man took me through hell and high water. Out in the street fighting with him. My first time ever sitting in a jail cell is because of that man. Came home one day ready to watch the World Series, the Yankees against the Red Sox. Gonna get me a nice little bottle of Cisco. Go pick my baby up. Cause at this time I had a babysitter. I got a babysitter because homeboy was acting too much out and too much in the neighbor's business and being noticed too much. I sent him on his fucking way. But he came back around, so I let his ass back in. But I had somebody with my baby. So I went and got him from the babysitter, brought him home, was ready to bathe him down and all that other stuff and get him all cleaned up and smelling good. And we was gonna sit there and watch the World Series. I look on my son's arm and there's a little mark on his arm. And I asked this motherfucker, what is that on my baby's arm? Nothing. You a motherfucking liar because that was not on his arm the other day. What is that on his arm? He dropped a cigarette ash on my son's arm. I beat that motherfucker's ass in that goddamn apartment. I tried to pull his balls from his goddamn body. I got arrested. We both got arrested. In Jacksonville, Florida, it was either he go or I go, and his drunk ass did not go, and I'm not leaving my motherfucking apartment. So we both went. There was a young girl that I knew that was an associate of mine. She came and got my son that night, and he went and stayed with her. I got handcuffed and put in the back of a police car. Okay? Worst night of my motherfucking life. Without my baby, worried about him because I hated him sleeping on his stomach. Didn't sleep that whole night, wasn't comfortable. Worried about my boy. My first misdemeanor, Jacksonville, Florida. Due to him being around, due to him harassing neighbors and being drunk, due to me being young, dumb, and full of fucking cum, I lost that apartment. And since my sister had my two children, at 9 months, my son went with my sister. Again, I got to start all over again. She no longer could take it here in Jacksonville, fucking Florida, so she decided to come back to Allentown, Pennsylvania. My three kids, her friend, my brother, all in a fucking car. Drove back here to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Slept in the car because she was waiting for money to get into an apartment that she put a down payment, a security deposit or something on. Couldn't handle it down there. They're gone again. So I'm back following them again to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Still being blocked from being a parent. Only time I was able to be around is when something was going down with the kids. That's the only time she would call me. If the children would get into it with each other. I was the disciplinarian. I wasn't allowed to be the parent. I was only there to whoop ass and take names. When I was supposed to be there 24/7, 365. And for that, I've held myself accountable. For that, I've held myself accountable. For that, I've cried and shed my tears and did my apologies to my children, all three of them. To this day, I hold myself accountable. To this day, I hold myself accountable. I don't celebrate Mother's Day because I don't feel like a mother. But I love children. Any child I ever come across, I love children. Yes, I was young, dumb, and full of fucking cum. Yes, I wanted love from a freaking man. I wanted my babies also. I still want my babies also. And I'll be damned if I ever allow any motherfucking body to try to spin my story, because it's my story. I walked it. Me, none of y'all. There was no manual on how to raise a child. None. If you got one, you should have passed it on because I didn't. I didn't have a mother when my baby was crying to, please, mommy, could you just take her for a little bit? I didn't have that. There was nobody there. It was just me. Postpartum depression is real. If you don't believe it, I'm telling you, it's real. I didn't grieve my mother, but I chased my babies. I'm still chasing. I'm still chasing. I'm a chase with every fucking ounce of breath in me. Thank you, love. I'm sorry, you guys. I haven't seen any of you comments. And that's my story. I don't have to lie to kick it. I don't have to lie to kick it to nobody. I don't have no excuses. That's no excuse. I didn't have my lady. From 18 to 46, my girl was gone. I couldn't pick up the phone and call her and tell her how my sister was treating me. I had to take that on the chin. And my sister is gone. So I'm still taking it on the chin. I'm still being held accountable for the things that my sister did. And she did some things. That's another story at another time. But I refuse to allow somebody to take my power away from me and spin my story the way they felt the need to spin my story. Because they wasn't there. They was not there. These big size 11 feet and these wide shoes was me and me only. Nobody else. And when I say I held myself accountable and I beat myself down, I did that. And I refuse to allow anybody else to do it to me again. It wasn't taken away. My babies, I understand where you're coming from, baby girl. My babies ended up in the system from being with my sister. My two oldest children took a laundry bag because my sister was somebody else. I'm telling you, that story is another day at another time. But let me tell you this: my sister was something else. Okay, my sister was getting food stamps. She was getting cash assistance for my three children. She was living in a three-story, beautiful fucking house in Pennsylvania, in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. She was locking cabinets and refrigerators on my children, but making it so hard for me to get them back and them away from her. My two daughters, took a laundry bag and walked down a dark block to a convenience store and filled a laundry bag full of snacks and walked past a substation, a police substation, and got stopped. And that's how they end up in the system from my sister's home. And I showed up every supervised visit on time. Every supervised visit. I had to take drug tests because of the things my sister said about me. I wasn't a squeaky clean individual. Yes, I've lived in between all of this. Yes, I've lived. But excuse me, ladies, a drug addict never. Weed and wine are my thing. Weed, wine, and cigarettes. I'm cutting back on nicotine because they're starting to taste nasty. Weed, wine, and cigarettes are my thing. Sometimes Jack Daniels. Depends on how I feel. Drug, crack, coke, one time. One line, my business. I paid for it. Drug addict, crackhead, never, never. Not me. No, ma'am. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate you, baby girl. And I pray too, and we will, because it's not done. No, baby. No sorry, darlings. It's all good, Carrie. Not done until this big girl sang. You understand me? I'm not stopping till every breath is in me. This summer, I'm going to see my oldest. I'm going to start at the oldest and work my way down. You understand me? But a drug addict, me never. Mm-mm. Have I done them? Yes. Crack? Hell no. Coke? Yeah. Sure did. Yeah. Do I do it now? Nah. And if I did, still my motherfucking business because I pay for it. I don't cash, nobody don't cash at me, and I don't come up here begging for nobody to give me $5 for it. That's neither here nor there. But my children end up in the system due to my sister and her fucked up ways. But know that I showed up all the time. I have pictures to prove that. Do you understand me? Huh? I have pictures to prove that. Okay? Every supervisor visit, I was there. All right? Every birthday, mommy was sending stuff. Okay? Paid New York State $40,000 in child support because my children end up moving to New York with their father. Another story, different time. That's my story. That's my story. Like I said, I refuse to allow anybody to spin it on the top when they wasn't the fuck there. What I told people was the surface story. What I told you is what I wanted to tell you. Because if I would have gave you this story, look how far you would have took this shit. Look how far you're taking it already. Yeah. Look how far we're going with this already. All because I decided to take leave and go my own way. Look how far we going with this. In the end of the tunnel, what's gonna be at the end of the tunnel? Because I'm looking for sunshine. Where you going with it? Where you going with it, huh? I love you, Virginia, baby girl. Thank you so much. Ah, thank you, Katie. So you don't need to look for them because if you look for them, you ain't gonna get what you think you're gonna get. They are DT all the way to the T. A Aries, a Leo, and a Gemini. I know everybody ain't a horoscope person, but they got my personality. And I'm a motherfucking whippersnapper when I need to be, but I'm an emotional motherfucking being. I'm 5'9". When 5'9", my emotion goes past 5'9", is yard out. That's it. As hard as I could, and I'ma still fight until God clocks me out, Carrie. I'ma still fight. Those are my babies. I carried them. 7, 9, 9 months. I carried them. They grew in me. All right. My oldest daughter is 6 days after my mother. My brother was born March 20th. I named my child after my mother. She's her junior. Whippersnappers. Happy Valentine's Day, Tam Bam. And I'm sorry I didn't see you when you came in. Thank you so much, baby. I was around my babies. I said supervisor visit. Do you understand me? I took my son all the way to New York City. Me and my buddy. It's to prove that. What happened after? Another time, another day. But you won't spend minds. You won't spend minds. You should be highly ashamed and disgusted with yourself to act and pretend and fake like you was for me when you was always against me. And for what reason? Because I walked away? Thank you, Carrie. Katie tells me the same thing. You're still a mother. Sometimes I felt like I wasn't. Like I said, I don't celebrate Mother's Day. I used to think a mother is a mother that's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. She's raising them. She's this. I'm supposed to be their protector. I fell short. And I beat myself up. Some days I still beat myself up. Thank you, YOLO. I appreciate it. Let me gather myself, y'all. I don't want to get teary-eyed because I'm not a weak motherfucker. You heard me? I'm a passionate person. All the other stuff and all these narratives that people, unnecessary, irrelevant people in my life are spinning about me. Thank you, Connie. Happy Love Day, baby girl, and I appreciate you for peeking in. And I'll check the message as soon as I'm done with this live. I'm not ignoring you, sweetie. I appreciate you. And thank y'all for the hugs and love, and I really do appreciate you all for coming through and listening to my story. Things do happen for certain reasons. When I started the social media thing, girls, listen here. I didn't come up here talking about my kids or my family or losing my mother. I started talking about the PCOS in my beard, in my music, in my football, and being up. I worked overnight shifts. That's how I started my YouTube. If you look at my YouTube, that's how I started. I never came up here talking about my family and the way I've been dragged. For what? Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate you, love. Thank you, Becky. Happy Valentine's Day, Carolyn. To be dragged. First 2 years I was dragged. The first 2 years, somebody telling me they spitting on my dead mom and slapping me with her. First 2 years, I'm being called a moose, a donkey, sitting with people I thought that was real, Took my ass to Maine thinking I was meeting a real motherfucker. Another person that was plotting against me, lying. Like I came to her state with nothing in my pocket. Another fucking lie. And still running with a 2-year-old story. Enough is enough on my end. When is enough gonna be enough on your end, ma'am? I told you on my video, if you didn't hear it, move on. Chapter closed. I'm good over here. Get yourself together. Get your mind right. And talk to the people in your camp. I've known things about you that I didn't even care to know. I don't know about Discord. I don't have a Discord. I don't give a damn about Discord. Why was I giving screenshots of your Discord? Ma'am, I'ma always keep my head up, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you. Why was I privy to you not paying people when you were supposed to pay people while you're making money on YouTube? Why did I need to know that? Huh? Check your camp, ma'am. Why did I ever need to know that you don't fuck with me and your mod don't fuck with me? Why did I need to know that? Don't matter where it came from. Why did I need to know it? Huh? I was done. When I say I'm done, I'm done. And I meant that. I need you to be done too. If you can't, you need to find another topic of conversation, bro. Because you're not a topic of conversation for me. I don't go to sleep thinking about you. I don't wake up thinking about you. It's always and forever be grand rising, grand rising. Tried it with me. You have no right to tell my story because you don't know the depth of it. You didn't want to know because you're a heartless individual. Told me that too. You didn't care about people and their stories. I can't take the load of everybody and their problem. Sometimes you can. I get that. I understand it. But what's wrong with sitting and listening? What's wrong with giving good advice? Nothing. What's wrong with being a human motherfucking being? Nothing. I'm not going to change me to appease anybody else. Ah, ah. Sandy, when you get the answer to that question, my darling, please drop that answer in my inbox because I don't know. I don't know. Because I ain't never came up here to lie to y'all. I don't get nothing out of lying. Yes, I do take the public transportation. Hell yeah. Gas is high, insurance is higher, cars are high, and I ain't doing it yet. Until God blesses me with it. I ain't got it like that. Paycheck to pillar post. I don't have a career, I got a job. And it's no shame in my motherfucking game. Got 4 eyes. I got a table collection full of glasses. Hell yeah, got 4 eyes. And I wear these motherfuckers well. You understand me? Hey, hello, Victor. Happy Love Day. Thank you for joining my live. Hey, Underwood Gray. Happy Love Day. Thanks for joining my live. Okay. Pam, pull up the paperwork. Pull up the paperwork. Right. Pull up the paperwork and tell me his name. Drop his name, please, because he owe me some child support. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. Pull up the marriage certificate. You can find it. You can find anything on Google. Pull it up. You simple Simon ass heifer, you. Scatterbrain ass fool, you. Yes. But you don't know me. I told you what I wanted to tell you. Pull up the paperwork. Cheese me all day. Happy Love Day, dear. My round table know the truth. They spoke to my real sister, my best. 2025, you could have receipts. You could find any motherfucking thing. If you really need that, if you need to prove that to the people, do your thing. Knock yourself out. Because when you don't find nothing, who gonna have egg on their face? Me or you? Me or you? Like I said, and I'm gonna say it again, I don't have to lie to kick it. This is my pussy. Never been married. Never been in relationships. Hell fucking yes. Marriage? No. No. Mm-mm, not me. But again, pull up the certificate, please, and thank you. You know my full name. Knock yourself out. And hurry up and get it done. And please don't send for somebody to make up some shit, because I know you people can do that. Anyway, anywho, again, I do appreciate you all for joining this chat, this live, and for all that have been sitting in the bleachers watching. But like I said, this is my story, and I'm gonna tell it. And I'm gonna tell it. And however you want to take the story, and however way you walk away from this live, I'm good either way. I am good either way, and I'm continue to be blessed and highly favored, and I'm continue to chase what I brought in this world until it gets right. Okay. Thank you very much. I love you ladies too. I love you all. And that's from the heart, from the bottom of these big 11 wide feet. And that's some real shit. I appreciate you all of you that have encouraged me, all of you that continue to encourage me, all of you that continue to follow me, all of you that continue to see the real me and vibe out with me. So very invested because you see what homegirl trying to do. She want to end me because I walked away from homegirl because the shine ain't no longer on her. When jealousy is your way of life, jealousy is your way of life. It's quite all right. Quite all right. Quite all right. I am not jealous of anybody. She has nothing I need to be jealous of. I'm good over here. I'm good with my boopy boos. I'm good with the people that follow me. I'm good in my little fish bowl, working on my fish tank. I don't know how many times I gotta keep on saying, you're not gonna end me. I'm not going nowhere. I love you too, girl. Not going nowhere. There's enough room for all of us to shake. I ain't even monetized, y'all. It's not monetized. So all of this is for what? For what exactly? I'll never understand it. And I'm not trying to. I'm good. Like I said on my video, chapter closed, book closed. See you later. Bye. If you want to continue to run it up, run it up. And y'all listening to Pam, the same woman this girl said that wanted to eat my cookie, the same woman that this woman talked so bad about and had us all up there talking trash about. She went and sat with her. Look how simple Simon she is. Come on, y'all. Make it make sense. Shout out to Feminine Fears. Make it make sense. Katie Underwood Gray, thank you, darling. Much love and respect to you, baby. Always high to the sky, silly. And thank y'all for the love and the thumbs up. If you don't mind, a like and a share will do enough for me. I appreciate you all for showing up. And again, I appreciate you, Bleacher Watchers, too. Thank you. 30 is good enough for me. Shout out in the cold for this. In the cut. Hi, cousin. Yes, Victor. This is it, baby. I promise you that. Let this be it, love. You can't argue with technology and explain your life to a phone. Just block your haters, love. Social media. I'm gonna block them, baby. This is it. This is it. Cause hate gonna come, and I laugh at it. Cause little old ugly me, I got haters. I could never think of it. When I'm done, Rick, I promise you, baby, I'm over it. I promise you, I'm done. But little old me and my little, there go my bestie. There go my baby. 20 some odd years long. That's my baby right there. Amy Ruiz, please chat, say hello to my best friend. That's my right hand. I'm left. We're twins. I'm Schwarzenegger. She's DeVito. No more explanations, sisters. And I thank y'all, my round table, for being up in the chat for me. I know you watching. Top bleachers ready to come down on the bitch. Outside of my round table, that there, my right hand, I'm telling you, we've been through it together. And she would know, and she wouldn't allow me to marry. Oh, dear God. Everything. Oh, hmm. Never been. Never ever been. If I'm marrying anybody, it's gonna be her. Me and her to the end of time in the old folks' home. In our motorized wheelchair, watching the grandchildren. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'm sending out vow renewal invites. I want everybody all to be there. They'll be expeditiously in your inboxes after this live. Thank you, Becky Boo. I appreciate you, lovey. Together forever. Racing up the halls. That's right. Trying to squeeze the nurses' booties. As long as they male nurses. Well, me, I don't mind. She, male nurses. Okay, will. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful love day. I really hope you girls are having a wonderful love day. And I'm going to wrap this up in a little bit because I have to go to the party and I brought a whole bunch of stuff outside. Yes, we can borrow one of the buses. We need a big bus. Yup, you will win, Trudy. You know me and my bad bladder. Ooh, Lord. Unless y'all can hold on, I'm gonna run in the house real quick and I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm back. Oh, Jesus. Oh, damn it. Were y'all having fun? You can't see the comments. I'm sorry. I went to the bathroom. All right, my ladies. All right, my ladies. I'm trying to get me some plans for the night. My other phone is going off, so maybe somebody hit me up. I'm gonna take a girl out. It's still early, but I do appreciate you all for joining me today. What the hell's going on with this thing? Whatever. I do appreciate y'all for joining me in this live. And I hope you ladies do have a wonderful night tonight. I had to run to the bathroom, forgive me. But everybody enjoy your love night. And I'll see you later tonight if I don't go out tonight. Any one of the lives, I'm sure old girl Connie. Shout out to Feminine Fierce. Shout out to Tibby Coleman. Shout out to Blicky. Two girls, one mic. She's being live tonight. She'll go live tonight at 10 o'clock. Her and Purple. But I want you ladies to have a wonderful day, a blessed day on purpose, and I appreciate you all. Mary, hey, darling. Please go back and watch the replay. I'm ending this one. Thank you for showing up. I'm sorry. Thank you, sweetheart. Becky, I appreciate that, love. I'm praying for it too, and it's coming. I know it's coming. And I really appreciate you all. My round table, you know what it is. I love you all. Bestie, I love you, girl. I'll hit you up on the other phone. And I'll see y'all on them FB streets, these YouTube streets. And I love you, ladies. Y'all have a good night on purpose. And smudging.